know what you're thinking. Why am I watching a movie trailer for the Bible? Are we really going to do that whole in a world where thing? Listen, hear me out. Most people think they know the Christmas story. The stable, the shepherds, maybe some wise guys showing up. And sure, all that's true. That all happened. But to understand why Jesus came, what his life meant, and what it means for us today, we need to go back to the very first page of the very first gospel, the very first chapter of Matthew. And let me tell you, this is not your grandma's Sunday school lesson. Okay, so without further ado, let's dive into this crazy ride through time called the Book of Matthew, Chapter 1. Hey there. Welcome to my channel where the Bible is our guidebook to life and faith. Let's get into it. Let's set the scene. The year is 7 BC and the place is ancient Israel. We're about to meet a cast of characters whose stories will lead us to the birth of Jesus Christ. Our hero, or should I say Messiah, the Son of God, is about to enter the scene. Now before we meet him, we need to explore his family tree. Hold on, because this isn't your typical pedigree. Oh no, it's a wild ride through deception, scandal, even murder. So buckle up. Our journey begins with Abraham, a man promised by God that through his offspring, the whole world will be blessed. But things didn't exactly go according to plan, did they? Abraham's grandson Jacob, remember that guy who wrestled with God? Well, he ended up conning his own father-in-law. Then there's Judah, Jacob's son, who sold his brother Joseph into slavery. And let's not forget Tamar, Judah's daughter-in-law, who had to play a little trickery to secure her place in the family. These stories are scandalous, confusing, even a bit infuriating. But here's the twist. God chose to work through these flawed individuals because his plan was bigger than their mistakes. Through their descendants, God would bring salvation to all nations. But then came King David, a giant slayer who also had his share of issues. Despite his reputation as a man after God's own heart, he wasn't perfect. He took Uriah's life to cover up his sin with Bathsheba. After him, things went downhill fast. His son Solomon, famous for his wisdom, ended up with a rotten heart. And before you know it, the kingdom split. And let's not forget those pesky Babylonians who burned down God's temple and exiled his people. At this point, it seems like the family tree has hit rock bottom. The throne is shattered, and God's people are scattered. But wait a minute. We're only at the halfway point of Matthew chapter 1. There's more to the story. There always is, isn't there? After 400 years of silence, God whispers a new beginning to a nobody, Joseph, a carpenter from Nazareth. His story might seem ordinary, but trust me, it's anything but. His fiancée, Mary, is also a nobody, just a young girl from a small town. Their story is simple, unassuming, kind of like the stable where Jesus was born. But here's where things get really interesting. Enter the angel Gabriel, the messenger of God, who appears before Mary and drops a bombshell. She's going to give birth to Jesus Christ. That's right, the Messiah, the Son of God. Mary is chosen to be his mother. Talk about a game changer. You see, this isn't just a regular baby. This is God entering human history in the most unexpected way possible. As Matthew chapter 1 verse 23 tells us, "The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son and will call him Emmanuel," which means God with us. The God who kept his promises to Abraham despite the failures of the family tree is about to make his move. Through Mary, a nobody, God is about to become one of us. But it doesn't end there. Matthew takes us on a whirlwind tour of this crazy rescue mission. He connects the dots of the Old Testament, revealing how each messy, imperfect person in the family tree played a part in bringing Jesus into the world. From Abraham to David, from Joseph to Mary, they all have a role in this divine plan. It's like a relay race where each runner passes the baton to the next, ultimately leading to the birth of Jesus. So why does any of this matter to us today? Here's the deal. Matthew, the author of the Gospel, was writing to a Jewish audience who might not have been too keen on this whole Jesus thing. He's trying to convince them that Jesus is the Messiah, the fulfillment of their Old Testament hopes and dreams. To do that, he traces Jesus' genealogy, family tree, back to Abraham, the father of their nation. He shows how Jesus fits perfectly in their sacred history, the continuation of their bloodline. It's like finding that missing piece of the puzzle. Jesus is the long-awaited Messiah, the one they've been waiting for centuries. And let's not forget about that whole Emmanuel, God with us thing. In a world where people often feel alone, forgotten, disconnected from God, Matthew reminds us that we are never out of his sight. Jesus isn't just a savior from afar. He's Emmanuel, God walking with us, sharing our joys and struggles, comforting us in our pain. He's the friend who sticks closer than a brother. As we wrap up our exploration of Matthew chapter 1, remember this. The story of Jesus isn't just a tale from the past. It's a living, breathing reality that impacts us right here, right now. The God who orchestrated this incredible family tree, guiding each step of the way, is still in control today. Nothing takes him by surprise. No situation is beyond his power. No heart is too far for him to reach. But here's the question. How will you respond to this incredible story? Will you dismiss it as just a fairy tale? Or will you open your heart to the truth? Will you accept Jesus as your Savior and Lord? The choice, my friend, is yours. But don't wait. The invitation is open. Come and experience the joy, the peace, the hope that only Jesus can bring. Come and discover the God who is with us. So there you have it, folks. We've journeyed through the highs and lows, the twists and turns of Matthew, chapter 1. If you enjoyed this ride through the family tree of Jesus, stay tuned for more biblical adventures. We're just getting started. All right, you've made it to the end of the video. High five. We appreciate you sticking around. If you found this video helpful or thought it was awesome, show us some love by giving us a thumbs up. And hey, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the Bible. See you next time.